Good evening and welcome back to FTRL and tonight's GT1 race. The BTCC cars are back out again. Got some new liveries, hopefully that's going to make their cars go a little bit faster. And tonight with me I've got Michael. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad. I was all alone last week because apparently internet didn't want to work the Friday evening shift, so you know I'm back here tonight, so yeah, not bad.
You loved it that much?
Oh, so much. Couldn't get away.
Blame BT, mate, not my fault. And the power cuts as well. That's the countryside living for you. Right. Just having a look at T. Smith. He's the first man out by the looks of it. So he's starting a lap now. New livery. I think they're hoping for more with this car. What do you think?
There's a little bit of a tweak to the Audi as well. Once he was running a full white for the main colour, I think he's gone for a little silvery or a chrome style. So yeah, there's definitely a few nice little tweaks and liveries this week. So hopefully it can bring them an extra couple of tenths. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Smith is advertising he's using jet fuel. Let's hope this is the first time he's used it and it's going to show some improvement.
Hopefully so.
Fingers crossed. So what do you?
It's a Lexus actually. Lexus isn't too bad, but
yeah.
We'll see if he can get some better results tonight.
Yeah,
He's a three-time champion, and if I'm correct, looks like Pagani's leading it, trying to get his third title.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. I think Aaron's in second. Let me bring the table up. That's the easiest way, isn't it?
Pretty much. The McGann's been looking fairly good this season, so I think they've definitely struck gold with the car they're using. They both seem very comfortable in it. They've been able to get those results out. You know, especially see Pagani can definitely get those results out. He's been taking double race wins fairly consistently, so it's a car that's working well for them. It's scoring on the points, and currently, if I'm correct, they're leading the championship with the 1-2. There's not much that.
Oh no, there's a change. No, I do apologise. The latest update, if I've got the right one, there we go. Red Bull Ring was last week, wasn't it? Yes. Right, at the moment, Pagani is leading with 181 points. Second is Rom Elson, 157.
Rom's getting a nosebleed.
Yeah.
You say that, but you gotta love Rom. He's doing really well this year.
He's doing really well. Not so good in Formula 1, but it happens. Mind you, I can't take the mickey too much. I did stuff it in the wall within 50 yards, so
spun off the start.
yeah. In fourth gear, didn't miss about, mate. I got up through the gears.
I replayed that a good couple of times.
I couldn't even face watching my highlights because I didn't think they were going to be long enough. And then we've got Dartbolt in third with 149. He's having a good season. And then Aaron is in fourth, 145.
Now I think someone, based off last week, I think someone to keep a little eye out on tonight to definitely actually be unsafe for this, because he got a couple of strong races and he was up at the front of the field, and obviously he hasn't got that first race win in GT1. Now he had a couple in GT2 and he took the title a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. So he'll be looking to try and get this first race win in GT1 against all the big boys.
Well, he got second place, didn't he, last week?
He did. So I'm expecting that he might try and push that to number one, because he done fairly well around here when he raced here in GT2.
Yes.
Mercedes wasn't exactly the best car around here, because there was still a twisty section which could definitely hold you back. So see, the Audi's looking fairly good, so I think he can do fairly well.
Well, a bit of a shock there. Lennon's up on pole yet again.
Well, there's a couple of minutes left, so we'll see. Lennon's right in this slipstream of Rostow, so he's still on a lap that might give him improvement. Not quite. I think he's backed out that one.
Let's have a pop back and see how Pagani's doing. There's not much in it, is there?
No, not really. It's only 3 tenths between Lennon and Pagani.
Yeah.
I say it's the exact same time for T. Smith and Pagani as well.
Yeah.
Pagani's moved up to pole.
Bolt down in 9th, so he'll be in first place anyway by the time we get to the start. The first corner.
It's quite good off the line. So.
It's reasonable, isn't it?
It's not bad.
No.
Like my Corvette last season.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that was good off the line. It's just blue flag. Has he got a? Is he a sin bin for the qualifying? I think he might be, mightn't he?
Yeah. He has a qualifying ban.
Yeah, got a qualifying ban. So he's got to sit there and I don't know. What are you doing this week, Si? You having a cup of tea, ice cream? Can't remember what you had last time. I think you've been.
A couple of beers.
I think a couple of beers. Yeah, I think he's been there several times.
We all have.
Yeah.
So that's guaranteed blue flag in P12. We've got Pagani, he's 87 milliseconds in pole position. It doesn't look like he's slowing down. No, he is. He's nowhere near.
Michael, can you just flick your microphone up a little bit, mate? Yeah, it's alright. It's Mikey. He's moaning. Poor old boy. He probably can't hear because he's got a crying baby in the house now. That's what it is.
Is this good?
Sounds good to me.
Don't want to make everybody deaf with the fan, but
That's
the
fine.
fan's actually stopped. Oh, I can't wait till the PS5 comes out.
I'm so glad we're straight. I'm so glad we're straight onto the racing. Goy wants to know what your favourite flavour of Monster Munch is. I don't eat them, so I couldn't tell you what flavours they do. No.
Yeah,
no.
I'd say salted because I like anything that's salted. So
anything that's salted, yeah. What's yours, Guy?
Well,
come on, let us know. Obviously, it's a hot topic on a Friday night.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Monster Munch is the main concern.
First question in, ask comms. Well played. Any other questions other than about Monster Munch? I'm a Doritos man myself. I do like the chili ones.
Now, speaking of Doritos, the other day I got a bag of Flaming Hot Tangy Cheese Doritos. Now, I thought it was all just PR in the bag. Now, you're not in the WhatsApp chat, so I just bought half the bag. It's one of those big family size bags as well, so it's...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
For one?
Yeah,
the family size bag for one? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They went like 20 minutes. I thought, yeah, right, this Flaming Hot stuff, it's all PR. It's probably going to be like chili heat wave, no spice in it at all.
No.
Oh no, I was wrong. I was saying to Charlie, like, oh my god, my mouth's on fire. And Lee was like, what do you expect? I thought it's just PR. But no, it does turn out that Doritos have a bit of a kick. I think I paid for it the day after.
Oh, and everybody else did.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, there you are. There's your prediction. Unsafe up in pole.
Bloody hell, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing all right, isn't he? That's sorry, we forgot about the qualifying because of Goy. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
He started talking food.
Qualifying. 16 milliseconds separating unsafe and Pagani. No, it's okay. Oh. From pole to... Alright, let's have a look. From pole to 4th, it's a 10th. So it's definitely close up front.
Lennon's off the track, he's given up. That's it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Lennon that's given up or if it's the car that's given up.
Yeah.
But Lennon will be letting through so he doesn't impede laps.
That's so gut-wrenching when you're just that fraction. I mean, it's less than a blink, you know, and you're what, Aaron, 4th. I mean, Lennon's 2 tenths down, isn't he? So.
And the thing is, you start on 4th. Now, although the gap is very close in the qualifying, that McGann, it's not good off the start. So with him being in 4th, it's going to drop him even more positions back.
Yeah.
So he can't. It's like a double-edged sword. He knows that pace is there, but then he's got that position of he's in 4th. He's got a car that doesn't start well, so that's going to drop him even more positions than he's currently in. And it's kind of the same for Pagani. He hasn't quite capitalised on, but he's not going to lose as many positions. So it's a tougher one for them. But obviously that car does have some pretty good race pace, and Pagani has made a good few wins out of it. So we'll see.
He's done all right, hasn't he? Once he gets it up to speed. So Bolt's been beaten by his teammate Lee Cole. So Lee Cole is up there and he's beaten Smithy as well. So find some lights in a minute. We're going to see some lights. There we go. And they're off.
It's actually a very decent start from the Renaults. Aaron's not too bad for the Renault, so it's going to be a bit worse. I think he's still in P2.
I'll tell you what, Bolt's just taken Lee.
Oh,
but Lee's on the inside.
Of unsafe.
Yeah, Pagani needs to get past him as quick as possible if he's going to, and he looks like he's trying to.
I don't know if that was him trying or if he nearly dropped it because his rear tyre was on the grass.
Yeah.
So a very close moment for Pagani at the start.
Excuse me.
He's getting sandwiched already.
I think it was more like his car decided what line he was going to take.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, Pagani's dropped down to P3, Dartbolt's found a way.
Oh, he got some.
He's challenging him.
Lennon's dropped all the way down towards the back.
That's so unfortunate for Lennon. A decent qualifying form is 5th, now he's dropped down to 9th, and it's looking like he might drop to 10th. Switchbacks all over him.
Yep, he touched the old grass. This will be entertaining to see what racing line they use tonight. The Porsches last night were all different racing lines. I shouldn't think it's going to be that much different, is it?
I doubt it will. It's one of those tracks where there's not much room to experiment with lines, otherwise you can cost yourself quite a bit of time. But Pagani, rubbing doors are done safe on the run down to 1. Trying to switch back. Oh, and saves Van deep.
Oh no! Oh, and we got Robin's got into the back of Dartbolt. Everybody anchored up a little bit there, didn't they?
Yeah, you can't help but feel sorry for unsafe day. We went from 5th to 10th in a matter of a corner.
Oh, it is. It's a killer of a track. You get it wrong and that's it. You're done.
I've not been here for 15 minutes and I've jinxed unsafe already.
3 bells, Goy. 3 bells, mate. Diet Coke, not zero and not full Coke.
But a twist of events, Aaron's actually leading the race. Pagani's still in 2nd. He's 7 tenths behind Aaron, almost. So it's a good job from Aaron, started 4th. He's now in 1st at the end of the 2nd lap.
I don't know what it is about this. It keeps on losing everything I want on here.
What's that?
There we go. I'm trying to get the tyres up and the speedos and everything like that, all the readout along the bottom, the main hub.
Yeah.
But it keeps dropping.
If you move the analog stick, it can come off.
Yeah.
So gap staying fairly constant between Aaron and Pagani. Lee Carl's there or thereabouts, only a 2.5 behind. Then there's a whole gaggle of cars behind him.
Yeah, Lee's had a couple of good races since I've been away, hasn't he? So
yeah, it's a win last week.
Yeah.
In the wet. So he's definitely got some good performances in him. Obviously, the previous seasons he's struggling a little bit. I think he did have the Lamborghini, which without being tuned up, it's an absolute dog of a car.
Yeah.
So you can't blame Lee for a poor season there, but
no.
He's got
there's only
nice little Subaru, and he's doing
there's only one car worse than that, and we know what that is, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're driving it at the moment. The old Ferrari.
Ah, yes, the Ferrari.
Yeah, on balance power. That on balance power, absolute pup.
I thought you were going to say the Hyundai.
No, I don't classify that as a car.
Okay, is it a tractor or something?
It's just a pile of... No, I can't, we're live.
Okay. Well, we've all heard the command of Aaron's mouth, so we should be fine.
Oh, that's... Doo-doo. I don't talk like Aaron, I was brought up, not dragged up. So...
I'm staying out of that one.
So I know his mother.
We got T. Smith in P4. Lennon's got back up from 9th. He's now in 5th. He's trying to challenge Tom.
Aaron's pulling away from Pagani as well.
Yes, he's gained a couple tenths over the past couple of laps. So, yeah, it looks like Aaron's having a good run of form tonight. Obviously, he was very close in qualifying, but did put him in P4.
Pagani's pushing now.
Oh yeah, he's kicking up a little bit of grass.
He's been up on the lawn, hasn't he? Yeah.
I don't know if that's him pushing to keep up with Aaron or if he's trying to blindside Lee as he comes through the corner as well.
Yeah.
Just get some grass on his windscreen.
We got a little cluster here.
Yeah, we do.
T. Smith, Lennon from Elson and Blue Flag.
Rom's trying to find his way past Lennon, so Rom's on the outside.
Blue Flag's going to come up the inside, is he? No, they all filter into...
Yeah, all filter.
I found last night people were saying about the slipstream and that, but I didn't find any. Didn't matter who I was sitting behind, there was none. So I don't know what these cars are going to be like, because they're all different shapes, whereas the Porsche is all the same. Oh, Lennon's lagging.
That's new.
Yeah.
It's especially scary for cars around him. So you're in this closer battle, for in the case of Bergras, and it turns the car around. So you get into a very close battle like this, and you notice the car in front starts lagging a bit, your heart rate starts to go through the roof.
Yeah.
So it's one of those situations where you just hope he doesn't lag at the wrong spot, because that can give you a penalty if you lag back into you, which it's quite frustrating. There's not much you can do about it. But we shall see.
Rom looks like he's
still holding P4.
Rom looks like he doesn't care. He wants to get past. I think blue flags might give him a bit of a nudge. I think just go on, Rom. Off you go.
Yeah, let's give him a little bit of a bump draft down the street.
Give him a little bump draft. Go on. He's done well. I mean, he didn't qualify in 12th, if you know what I mean, and he's up to 7th.
So I think he's not going to be settling for 7th. There's a good couple of positions in front of him. Obviously, they're clearly in fairly decent reach. He's only a second behind, or maybe a second and a half behind. Then there's T. Smith. So it's definitely a good result is within sight here. Obviously, we've got 12 laps to go.
Oh, Lee Cole's just run it a little wide. That jet fuel must be working this week.
Indeed, yeah. Because Tom's driving pretty quick. Especially for that bimmer. It's not the best of cars.
Aaron's pulled out a bit more. He's 1.5 seconds in front now, and Pagani has dropped Lee by 3 seconds nearly.
So Aaron's just set a 10.2 and Pagani has actually set the exact same that time. Well, not the exact same. Pagani was actually
as good as.
Quicker. Yeah. So I think it's just a couple laps. This is that lap 5 that Aaron really turned it up and he pulled out that extra couple tenths.
Yeah.
And it seems that they are fairly similar on pace at this point in time, but Aaron is actually
he's pushing. He's up,
setting fastest lap.
Yeah, he's on a purple sector at the moment.
So he's doing a good job to hold Pagani back. Obviously, he's got Pagani out of that slipstream range.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's 1.2 seconds, and normally the slipstream range now post update a couple of months ago. That the zone is 7 tenths. So he's done a good job to break that gap, and he's in a fairly comfortable position. He's just got to hook his corners up all fairly neat, and he should be on course for a good win if he can do that.
DRS would be interesting, wouldn't it, on some of these cars? I mean, on the Hyundai, it would just be the rear wing would fall off, and then that's the rest of the race with nothing.
Well, sometimes it doesn't feel like it has a rear wing.
I see I'm not going to get sponsored by Hyundai, am I?
No, I don't think. I think you burned that bridge quite a while ago.
Let's have a look down the back. Megatron's down there, and he's way off. 11 seconds off.
Unsafe and City are in their own little battle for P8.
Here we go.
Actually, Unsafe set the purple sector 1. So Unsafe is showing good pace, but that mistake he made at the start of the race, so that's dropped him back into a very tough spot. He's in P8.
Be kicking himself for that little error, won't he? He's running it very wide.
So, yeah. And the thing is, that mistake's not going to be something that just affects this race, it's going to affect next race as well, because the starting grid for next race, if I am correct, it's based off the finishing order for this race. Yeah,
if he finishes 8th, that's where he starts, so the only thing he's got is that he can then start to move up, so that in the last race he can be put on the back again. So it's a bit of a it's a bit of a killer, really, but it's the way it is.
Situation he's found himself in. I think especially, it's one of those situations where everyone makes mistakes, so they happen and all that, and especially from most, there's been a fair few mistakes.
Yeah.
We all know what it's like to go for a comeback drive.
Or just a give up drive. So, well, Rom's got past Lennon, and he's pushing on to Mr. Smith.
He is indeed. He's actually right at the back of him. There's 2 tenths separating the two. So now that jet fuel sponsor's doing fairly well for T. Smith, it's not doing as much as he wants it to do.
No.
But beggars can't be choosers. He's up into P4. He's in a fairly decent result so far.
That's it, yeah.
Halfway into the race.
Yeah. I like the way that T Smith's still. I like the way that T Smith's still using a fuel system for his strategy. All he's done is change what fuel he uses.
Yeah.
Rather than saving it, he's just put something in that burns a bit brighter, and we'll be fine.
Well, it's working, so you can't really fault him.
No, you can't. It's all in his mind.
He's onto something. Yeah, he's onto something.
We're ruining his race too. We'll ring him up and tell him that it's make-believe, mate. It's not real.
Well,
there we go. Rom's up the inside.
On the inside.
Oh, both on the track still. Gave each other just about enough room.
T Smith doing a good job to hold it around the outside, but Rom still has the inside for turn 2.
Yeah.
So we'll see if he can get it done. It's looking like he can. Still side by side.
Nice corner cut there by T Smith. That was blended, lovely. Oh, and there we go. Lennon's just bumped his way through there. Little bit forceful there, yeah. I mean, there's elbows out, but then there's arms, legs, and everything else.
Well, T Smith.
And in the meantime, unsafe as because she got past Blue.
He has indeed.
Yeah, that came from nowhere. They caught them very quickly. Here we go.
Oh, unsafe.
Oh.
That was a moment.
It was a little bit there.
Pretty unsafe if you ask me. But
yeah, I thought he was going to go for the harpoon move.
And so did I. I didn't know if he outbroke himself, but no, he got the car slowed down.
He surprised himself. There was a corner there.
Yeah, I done that when we raced around here. And done practice for this track, and I thought it was in qualifying. I
Blue
went
flag's
straight
off.
on at the final corner. Oh no, sorry.
Oh.
So he's going to be.
Right, let me pick him up. There we go.
He's going to be back down near where he started. The City Posh Blues still trying to find a way past Dark Bolt. They've been around each other for a couple laps.
Yeah.
But this midfield battle was really good.
Just going to pop back to the leaders for a second. Yeah, Aaron's 3 seconds out.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Aaron's clocked out.
He's had his Weetabix today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
Right, let's stay away from.
Usually have it as well.
Let's stay away from him because he's got my direct phone line, and I don't want him moaning at me just because he spins out or something. Just one more quick look. No, he's still there. Keep moving. So Rom's now up in the 4th. T Smith back down into 5th, but Rom has caught Lee very quickly. Has Lee had a bit of an incident? Let's have a look. No, he's not.
Where is Lee? No, Lee's doing fairly well.
Lee's up in 3rd, yeah, but he's just been caught very, very quickly.
So Rom's definitely showing some good pace in that Peugeot.
All the 10s in it. Well, 111.
Not much Lee Cole can do there. Rom's made his way through fairly easy. That's Lee Cole down to P4, and the guys behind him are catching quick, so Lee's going to be in a fairly sticky situation in a couple of laps' time. Lee's still trying to hang on the back of Rom. He's not giving it, he wants that P3.
Yeah, I know.
So the gap to Rom and Pagani is 5 seconds, and the gap from Pagani to Aaron is 2.3. So a couple of gaps at the front. Lee's still sorry. Lee's still trying to challenge for that P3.
Oh, T Smith round, and it doesn't like that, does it? Come on, show me the car. There he is.
Did you catch what that was from? Oh, it's an awkward spot.
Oh
my god.
Safe entry, sir. Safe entry. Switch back up to 9th.
Going so slow. What's happened to Unsafe? He's gone really slow on the straight.
I think it's because he took Smithy out. Not intentionally. I think they came round the corner and he nudged him wide, so he's backed off and let him pass. Sportsmanship there. Love it. Brilliant. Well done.
It didn't quite catch what sent T Smith off the road.
Yeah, it was the last corner. Just as they were exiting it, just a little tap. It wasn't a lot, but good enough that he dropped back in again.
Unfortunately.
Bolt's just using the grass.
He's got 2/10 penalty. So that should be gone fairly soon. We're on lap 13 of 18 for race 1.
Yeah.
City Posh blew all over the back of Dark Bolt.
It looks like City Posh has had a couple of taps up the back. He's let him go. Got rid of his penalty.
It might work out well because he's going to be in the slipstream down the street now, so that could give him an opportunity into turn 1. Of course, City Posh Blue doesn't have the luxury of a slipstream because he's 3 seconds behind Lennon.
Yeah.
So this could be interesting into turn 1 between Dark Bolt and City Posh. Not quite as much Dark Bolt could do. A couple tenths behind, doesn't want to go for that lunge into turn 1.
No.
It's hard enough to get right on your own, never mind trying to lunge on someone.
Just going to sit on the back of him and worry him for a little bit.
Here's try and put on the pressure. If there's an opportunity for a move, make it. There's a situation for City Posh where he's just got to keep an eye on his mirrors because that Subaru is challenging quite hardly. Oh, he's on the grass.
Oh. There he goes. Right. Calm yourself down.
Well,
get back on it. 4 laps to catch up.
We all know it's because Amon comes, that's happened.
Yeah.
As per usual. Rom's pulled out 1.6 seconds delay.
He's on a flyer, isn't he?
He's doing well, Rom.
He's doing all the 10s, isn't it?
But he's closed 7 tenths to Paul, up to Pagani.
Yeah.
So he's definitely showing some good pace. He doesn't quite have the amount of laps to close that gap, but it's fairly encouraging for Rom because he's going to be in a good spot for race 2.
Yeah. If he
can get into the leads early on. Ooh,
if he's got this pace, the only thing is he's going to have Lee behind him in a Subaru. So what's the Peugeot like off the line? It's reasonable, isn't it? It's better than the Megane.
But the Megane's got a bit of a disadvantage off the start, so with Rom in a fairly decent starting car, he's got a good chance of leading it to turn 1. And if he can do that, he can just nail his corners nice and consistently, and he's looking in good shot for at least a podium result, if not a race win, because he's definitely showing the pace. He's set a 10-minute flat, 10 minutes 0.3, and Lennon's set actually a 109.9. So Rom's on
they're on the pace, aren't they?
To the likes of Aaron and Pagani, yeah.
Yeah.
They're showing some good pace.
Yeah, I think it's just all the flustering around at the beginning that's pulled them all apart.
Lennon's challenging Lee for P4, so it could be even better for Lennon tonight for race 1. Potential fastest lap and a nice P4 finish.
Lee's gone.
Oh, Lee.
Oh. Lee's going, I'll squeeze you. I'm going to squeeze you. And Lennon's going, I'll squeeze you the other way.
I think it's Lee doing a little bit of rallycross.
Yeah.
He's managing to hold P4 for
He's
now.
got it. He's held it. Well played. Good job
from Lee there. He made life difficult for himself. He managed to hold the spot.
He was probably bored.
Yeah. But I think even when you're bored, you don't want to go doing that.
No.
You can definitely send your heart rate up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a little setback for Lennon. Just have to try and find another way through. So the opportunity came up but couldn't quite capitalise it. Pagani fairly consistent with Aaron's, 2.9 seconds off him. We are on the penultimate lap.
Let's have a quick flick back. Hold on. No, he's not close enough.
Part of me is waiting for a classic Aaron bottle.
They all look so close together coming down the straight, but they're not, are they?
Not really, no. The cameras can be quite deceptive,
yeah,
unfortunately.
Switchback doing a little bit of drifting there in the BMW.
I'm keeping an eye on this battle between Lee and Lennon, because it's getting fairly close. Lennon's 3 tenths behind Lee. So Lennon's definitely trying to pile the pressure on. He doesn't have long to do it.
Just dip the old toe on the grass again there, it just doesn't help.
Yeah, it's been happening quite a lot. You can just tell how much he's really pushing that Audi.
Yeah.
Obviously, you cut those little bits of grass up, it slows your exit speed down a little bit. So you want to try and keep it on the grey stuff. It's a bit rich of me saying that, but still. Lennon nice and tucked into that slipstream of Lee Collins, just too far back to make anything out of it into turn one.
It picks up just before you get into the braking zone, but it's just as you get it, you're on the brakes.
So it's one of those things where you need to be as close as you possibly can out of the exit of that final corner, because as you've pointed out, the slipstream really comes into effect quite late on down the straight, so it's a tough one. But Lee Cole, if he can keep a nice clean lap, he might be in for a good P4 finish. There's not many overtaking opportunities around here apart from the final corner, and I don't know if Lennon's going to go for a lunge. That's what scares me.
Sorry we're sticking with this, but this is the most entertainment there is on the track at the moment.
Unfortunately, Aaron's coming through the final corner in first place. He'll be looking to take the first win of tonight's first race.
Gives us the wiggle. Pagani in second. He'll want to change that round for the next race, won't he?
He will indeed.
There's Ron. Great fight back from Ron. Back up to
Ron's
third.
Fantastic.
And Lee's held it with Lennon. Yeah. City Posh. Penalty for Bolt. So what's going to happen here? He's got rid of it just. Blue flag gets back to 8th. T. Smith unsafe. And then we've got switchback. And then the Drift King himself, Megatron.
What's happened to Ron tonight? Because it's unfortunate for Ron, because they both got that jet fuel in the car, and it's for T. Smith. It was looking like it was pushing him forward, but for some reason it seems like it put Ross in reverse a little bit tonight. It's been very unfortunate for him, because we know he's got good pace in him. He's shown it before.
Yeah.
But just to have such a difficult race one is really unfortunate. But yeah, T. Smith dropped down to P9.
Is that a penalty? No, it wasn't a penalty, was it?
No. So just swallowed up by the pack near the end of the race, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He was showing some good pace and good defending. It's more of one of those things of, as soon as Ron got through, couldn't really hold many people back. Did you see that Lexus go in reverse through the camera?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Yeah, the Lexus going in reverse on the grass. The bottom line, I don't know why. Typical GT Sport.
Just going to watch the replay. Oh yeah. They do all sorts of things, don't they? Sorry, just quickly go back to here. Here we go. What we got? We've got some stuff coming in now from the boys. Hello, Peteman. How you doing? Thanks very much, mate. How are you? Classic combo, MC and Junkie. Blimey. I'm glad he put the and in there. I don't want to be known as an MC Junkie. Lennon's saying that this track is not quite as good as he thought it was going to be, and he can't overtake.
Pagani taking a jab, not with his lag.
Yeah. And then your message has been retracted. I don't know what you wrote. You can tell me later.
I got things. So I was meant to say to Pagani to hurry up and beat Aaron, but I just said hurry up and beat Pagani.
That goes well.
Yeah. We all know I'm
Pagani.
Slightly biased to Pagani. Yeah, to Pagani. Yeah, we all know I'm Team Pagani, so.
Oh, right. So Aaron didn't win that. He was allowed to win it. Is that what he's saying?
Pagani let him win.
Yeah. As it's you, Aaron.
It's just so Pagani doesn't get kicked.
Yeah. Don't want the best friends falling out, do we?
No. Unsafe first out on track, looking to make amends for that unfortunately poor race one.
Yep, he's starting his race now.
Yeah, he is indeed. Getting a couple of warm-up laps in.
Can I just go back to something that was on the chat there, Michael? Sorry about that. Goy's been asking, obviously, what our favourite brandy is and And crisps, brandy and crisps. Don't know why. I did say it was 3 bells. It is 3 bells, and it's more than likely by the pint. Always the best way to drink it.
Well, I don't really drink brandy, so I wouldn't know. I don't know much about brandies, unfortunately, so Greg's not getting much out of me there.
The brandy that I like, unfortunately, Grandad Bob likes it as well. Because when myself and Aaron's mum used to go out drinking, we used to have a few drinks beforehand.
Out on the lash.
At her house with brandy, and he used to come round and take my bottle of brandy from underneath her sink and take it round his own bloody house. He used to bugger off with it.
Pull a fast one, take your brandy off you.
Yeah. So when I used to go back to the house, Aaron's mum, Jo, used to have to go back round to her parents' house, sneak the brandy out from underneath his sink and bring it back so I could finish off my brandy. I'm sure Aaron knows that well.
I think Aaron will end up following in their footsteps.
Everybody loves Grandad Bob. He's a lovely fella. He's a good laugh. He's a lovely bloke. And Fanny Lynn, not a bloke, I mean she's just a lovely lady. I thought you were going to do something exciting, unsafe, but handbrake turns is not what I wanted to watch. Instead, we'll watch Pagani ploughing into the old grass. Oh,
no,
the carnage.
One thing. What's happened? What's happened? Oh, Pagani.
Pagani City Posh. Unsafe's just tried to T-bone him and missed. Rom's in the gravel.
I got an interesting message off Pete after my commentary last week for GT1.
Yeah, what was that?
I done a little bit of a switchback impression. A little, oh no.
Oh yeah.
In the third race.
I did hear that.
I was pissing myself for 5 laps, and I got a message off Pete saying that now it's mandatory every time I do commentary. So
what? Piss yourself laughing for 5 laps?
No, it was that impression.
You got to wait until we're on him. We'll get on him in this race.
We will.
We'll get on him in this race.
I'll come out with it.
Yeah. Oh, that's just harsh. That is.
If something happens.
Should something go awry, yeah.
Oh, Unsafe's going for some practice starts.
Let's see how they're going.
0 to 60 in about 3 seconds.
Is he putting traction control on? That is the question. Yes, he is.
Yeah, now one sneaky little thing I used to do, probably a lot of people knew, when I was in that Corvette, I'd pop the traction up to 1 for the race start, and as soon as I'm out first gear, I'd turn traction back off.
Yeah.
They give me a good launch, and I was a couple of positions up in front.
Well, the thing is,
it can definitely make you start a lot easier.
When I race the Porsche, I don't use traction control at all. I don't even use it for the start. But when we raced on Sunday in the 700 series, I forgot to put traction control on in the Jag and just left 2 big black lines all the way up the straight.
700 horsepower does tend to do that.
It does tend to do that. I shagged out my first tyres, so it was no good.
And we all know what happens with about 900 horsepower with you last night, so...
Yeah, right, move on. Move on.
Okay. Just thought I'd mention.
Yeah, that's all right. And there's Lee up into first place.
Lee's up into P1.
And Bolt is stormed through as well. Oh no, he hasn't. No, he's still behind. He looked like he was coming up the inside of him, but he's well behaved.
Rom's went from P3 down to P5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be P6. That one goes and
I'm afraid to say Ross is back off the track again. He must like that 12 seconds behind bit. I don't know if that is.
Oh, it's a bit of a strange one. I don't quite know what happened there with Ross. So Lee calls up into the lead. He's got Aaron closely behind. Pagani in P3.
Dartbolt
done well off the start.
Yeah, and City Posh back together again, and someone's wide. Someone's wide. Pagani.
Oh,
Pagani's gone wide. He's further down than 6th now.
3 wide. Oh, contact.
Oh, he's 4th now. He's got back.
Right, City Posh has had a very awkward couple corners. He's on the pass.
He's the other side of the signs. That's not good, is it? I'm trying to keep up with the action and seeing City Bosch to see how wide he is. He's back on track, he's alright there.
He's going to have to pay him for lawn mowing. So Aaron's in the slipstream of Lee Cole down into turn 1. See Aaron can get side by side. I'm going to try and outbrake him. Looks like it's Aaron into P1.
Well, Lee's not letting him have it. Oh, Bolt goes a little wide, and T Smith's gone wide as well.
This gives an opportunity for Pagani to get back into P3. We'll see if we can make anything of it. Not quite.
Subarus and Renaults tonight, isn't it?
Yeah,
Lee's trying round the other side. Lee's trying round the outside. Is Lee going to get that? Oh, that is a great bit of driving, Lee, if you get this. No pressure.
Oh, good job from
Oh,
Lee.
cracking job. And Bolt's having a squeeze on. That's compromised Aaron's line.
Wait, no,
Aaron's
still there.
Aaron's still
Oh
there.
God.
Bolt's giving Lee a nudge.
There's brilliant racing between the two.
It's fantastic. Between the three of them now.
Yeah.
Aaron's still there.
Pushing Lee down the street.
Aaron's got the lead, but now Lee's back in front again for this corner. And he's given Aaron enough room, and that's a whole lap side by side.
That's like Dutch and Tico the other night. Brilliant racing between the two. That was good.
Yeah, that's great. And Pagani's coming up on the inside now. And Pagani is...
Oh, Paul! For sake. Oh no!
Where was he going?
Oh, Paul!
I think he's had a brake failure.
God damn it!
What happened there, mate?
Well, that's a Pagani moment if there's ever been one.
Pagani's just popped back to go and have a look and see how Ross is getting on by the looks of it. That was just
Pagani
like...
went full goy.
Yeah. I reckon he's been on the old brandy and the Monster Munch, hasn't he?
Yes, I think he just completely missed his braking point, and instead of taking someone out, he's just smashed the throttle for turn 1. Because I had a couple moments like that last season. I think it was you I had to cut across. I missed the braking zone into one of the corners. It was near the end of the season. And instead of taking someone out, I had to hit the throttle. And then I've cut the corner, went directly ahead of your bonnet.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of those situations again for Pagani.
I remember the green flash.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
I hit the gas not to kill someone.
Peteman said that he didn't brake at all. So it was a bit like a kamikaze affair then, was it?
More than likely. So Pagani's got a bit of work to do for race 2.
Yeah.
But hey, they'll put him in a good spot for race 3, I guess.
Yeah. Well, do you think it was a cunning plan? Why would you throw away third?
A cunning plan with Pagani.
Yeah.
Oh, good battle between Lennon and T. Smith. Lennon trying to find a way through turn 6. T. Smith trying to hold it around the outside. It's really tight.
Yep, blue flag's in there as well, just keeping an eye, and he's got the speed to get up the inside of that Audi by the looks of it.
And so Si's just trying to give him the hurry up.
Yep. And there he goes. Uses T. Smith to get his overtake done. Which is allowed.
Yeah. The good move by Blue Flag. He'll be trying to find his way past T. Smith into turn 1. He's got the chance. It's about half a turn separating the two.
My question is that Aaron actually said that he was allowed to win 1. Does that mean Aaron's going to pull over at the end of this race if he's winning?
Well, that's if Aaron hasn't spun. Yeah, we'll see. You never know. But good job from Blue Flag. He's set a faster sector 1. And he's up into P6, so he'll be looking to try and chase down Unsafe Elise in P5. Unsafe's currently on the back of Rom. Now, Rom had a fantastic end to the first race, but unfortunately we weren't able to capitalise off the start. He's down into P4. It's making life a little bit harder than it needs to be. Got 2 Subarus up in front of him.
He comes back round again in the second half, though, doesn't he? He was, to be honest, he was nowhere in the first half of that first race, and then all of a sudden, his consistency started to show through as other people were slowing down. So,
well, Lee's showing good pace considered to Aaron. They're really close together in terms of pace. They're doing pretty well. There comes again. laps. Lee set a 10.8 on the previous lap, Aaron set a 10.5, so Aaron does have a couple tenths extra in the bag. So it might be another one of those races for Aaron, just to try and pull out as much of a lead as you can.
Yeah.
Don't push it too much. You set the purple sector 1, so Aaron's definitely finding some pace. Got some good battling going on in the midfield.
Yeah, I'll put him in there just in case there's a little bit of switchback for you.
The switchback is just trying to find a way to City Posh. He's currently stuck in P10.
Yeah.
He was thereabouts last race, so he's got to try and push his way a little further up the field. Even if that does put him in a mistake, it's worth trying.
There's just nothing to ever go at switchbacks driving or anything, but his car does look slower. Oh! Here we go. We got some action.
It looks slower, but he's not getting an incident, so that's helping him out.
Where's Smithy gone? I can't find him. There he goes. It will not let me select Smithy.
It's a bad night for Tom, isn't it? It's not going well for him.
No.
Poor Tom. I don't feel sorry for him. He's a triple champ, so.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we're over that now. So both times an Audi has taken Smithy out on that last corner. Two different Audis.
I think they're both having their own individual goals at Tom.
How's Aaron doing? Aaron's not getting away. He's not really pulling away like he was in the first race. And Rom's got up in a third.
Well, actually, Lennon went quicker. Lee went quicker the last couple of laps, actually.
Yeah.
Lee's on a 10.3 on lap 5, Aaron's on a 10.5 on lap 5. On lap 6, Aaron's on a 10.8 and Lee's on a 10.7, so Lee's turning that pace around a little bit.
Yeah.
He's managing to cast Aaron. We've got Rom in third. So we'll see if he can get some race-winning pace in the second half of this race. He doesn't have too much of a gap between himself and the lead, so it's definitely a possibility.
Yeah.
He's just trying to find a way to get past the car.
Unsafe's having a little go. Oh, just backs out.
Just having a little nibble at the back of the dark bolt, trying to figure out.
Just letting him know he's there.
Put a bit of pressure on. Indeed.
In the meantime, blue flag's coming up from the rear. Catching slowly.
1.4 between himself and Unsafe. 2 seconds between himself and City Posh Blue.
I think Unsafe might be making a play for this this last turn. And he's going to pop out. No, he's not. He's going to stay where he is. He's going to go for the first turn instead.
The guy is in P9.
He's got a good run. Unsafe's got a good run. Oh, and Bolt is pushing him to the lawn.
I think that's a little bit of a squeeze from Dark Bolt, but Unsafe manages to take to the grass and find his way through. A decent move from Unsafe. That's him into P4. He'll be challenging Ron into turn 2.
Just read
whatever you want to call it.
Just read SBY's comment on here about wonder what we were going on about, and then realised he was 3 minutes behind. Yeah, that's unusual for SBY to be behind, isn't it?
Yeah. Usually he's 3 minutes ahead.
Normally 3 minutes ahead. Yeah. He knows the outcome to this race already. That's the problem.
Yeah. He's been there.
He's done it. Finished.
Yeah, I wonder how SBY is going to do next season in a GT1. Because let's be honest, there's no way he's staying in GT2 next season.
I've got to be honest with you. I don't care.
As long as he's gone, you're happy.
I don't care. Lovely bloke, great driver, sod off.
Too bloody quick. Aaron's pulled the gap on Lee, so Lee's got Rom in his mirrors.
That's it, that's what Aaron needed them to start battling. So it's Rom's fault.
Yeah, it's always Rom's fault.
It wasn't, everything was fine until Rom turned up.
Yeah, blame it on Rom.
Yep, bolts dropped down behind unsafe.
Actually, Rom set the fastest sector 1. So yes, blame it on Rom.
Yeah, definitely Rom's fault.
Yeah. That damn Peugeot. But it's a good battle for P3. It's about 5 cars going. Well, actually P2. It's about 4 cars going for it.
Yeah. Size not really catching up. Size dropping back a little.
Yeah, it's not back to 2/10.
Yeah, perhaps he's just biding his time. It's always fluctuating, isn't it? But it's
he's not.
He's going
to find that pace. It's like he's similar on pace, but he can't really close that gap.
There we go. Bolt back up the inside of unsafe.
Yeah,
nice clean overtake. That was good. Nice clean overtake. That very respectful from both drivers.
As we like to see. Aaron's buggered off in the lead, 2.3 seconds ahead of Rom, who's got past Lee. Dartbolt actually got back past Dartbolt, Unsafe's got past Dartbolt.
It's going to be a continuous battle. Let's have a quick little look at the back, see how we're doing.
Boomeranging between the two.
Switchback up into 8th.
Pagani 4.4 behind.
And catching.
Needs to stick his foot down just a little harder.
Yeah.
If he wants to challenge for that win.
Just under
P8.
Just under a second a lap he's going to have to do.
He's got it in him. He's closed the gap by about 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
In the previous couple of laps, and there's another 7 to go, so it's definitely within reach for him.
By the looks of it,
Pagani's got the capability of doing it.
We might be having a Lexus front row.
We may very well. A Lexus front row.
Yeah.
For what? Oh, for the start of the next race.
Start of the next race, yeah.
There's a little drift around the final corner.
Yeah.
I think that's not the way you want to get a front row.
It's not really the way you want to do it, but if you get it, that's what you get, isn't it? So, yeah.
Take what you're given. Don't complain. But Rom's closed that gap by at least 0.5 second to Aaron, so Rom's really sticking his foot down.
Yeah.
Think he's taking my advice. Well, just stick the throttle down a little harder, and it's working for him. Think I might go into driver coaching.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Well. If I can give you another tip as well, if you want to pick up coaching on the Olympics when they're doing the 100 metres, just tell them to run faster than the other guy. It'll help as well.
Well, what I'll do is I've got a load of spare tyres, so I can get them to run with them, and that should increase the speed.
Yeah, on the beach.
Yeah. if they can run away from a copper with a tyre in their hand, they should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it's still attached to the wheel and the car, even more impressive.
They just drag the car down the beach, why not?
That's it, yeah. World's strongest man.
Just see a Fiat 500 down the beach.
Unsafe back up the inside of Dartbolt, just creasing a few of his panels for him.
It's one of those things between these two. They're fairly similar on pace. It's just boomeranging the positions with them.
Yeah.
It says Unsafe gets to move, then Dartbolt gets to move, then Unsafe gets to move.
Yeah, but look who he's brought in now.
Yeah, it's brought in Si.
There he is.
And we all know Si will be seeing reds because that's all he ever sees.
Yeah.
So he'll be looking to get through really quick.
Yeah. Keep breathing, Si. Keep breathing, mate.
He ends up passing out on the final lap.
Yeah. For people that don't know, Si is actually as skinny as a rake, but he sounds like a 30-stone asthmatic when he's driving.
No comment.
So, he won't want me saying that.
Lee's in P3 is doing a good job to hold off. Unsafe, but Dartbolt's still trying to get back past for turn 1. It's one of these things with these two where it's just back and forth all the time, so I think it's going to be one of those battles that just goes down to the flag really, because they've been like this for the past 7 laps at least. Dartbolt kicks up some grass. Naughty Dartbolt. What?
Peteman's just told everybody I'm sitting here on my vape pen. He loves the Cracker Oil Junkies vape pen. My dad reckons I sound like Jack Cousteau when I'm talking to him and on the phone, and I'm just got the vape pen going. For those that don't know who Jack Cousteau is, he was a diver. I'm just trying to give you some crackling back noise from the cars, that's all it is.
Well, Ross has had a moment. He was facing the wrong way out of turn 1, unfortunately. So it's just bad for worse for Ron tonight. We know.
Do you think it's affected his race?
Just a bit.
Okay.
But I mean, no, I'm not going to say it.
No, don't say it.
No.
No. Love you dearly, Michael, but shut the f up. Don't say it, Michael.
No. I try not to. It was on the edge of my tongue. I had to hold back. So that's it. It's all quieting down a bit. This battle between Darbolt and Unsaved going on as strong as ever, but Unsaved's all over the back of Lee right now. So it's looking like a tough night for Lee's. He wants that podium, but no one's making it easy for him.
No, just keep it clean. Oh, I see that
Lee's going to be sweating beads at the end of this night.
Yeah, I don't know if Lee's got lag or he's still using his thumbs on his controller, but it's
probably his thumbs.
It's probably his thumbs. Yeah, just notice it wiggles a lot, doesn't it? Look.
You know, I don't think it'd make much of a difference if he just actually started using the D-pad for his steering. It won't make a difference. But I swear to God, Lee's thumbs must have a six-pack.
Yeah.
Very impressed with Lee. Very impressed.
Yeah. Never have a fun fight with him, whatever you do, alright?
No. You'll be done for. You'll break your thumb.
You'll break your neck.
Yeah. Oh, Pagani's passed switchback.
Oh.
Everything okay?
What will Switchback be saying in that car right now, Michael?
Oh no!
There it goes, Peteman. You got it, Peteman. Right, move on. Can't give him any more stick.
No, we love him. We love him really. He's a nice guy, but you know, yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah. But it's just Zach. You know, we all love to have a
Zach is a lovely fella. It's just he's like a 6-month-old Labrador. He's just very excited all the time, which isn't a bad thing. It's a nice way to look at life, and that.
But sometimes the appearance on Given Point didn't make life easy for him.
No, I mean.
We all love him.
I think do you know what? I think he would have got less stick if he'd been caught shagging a sheep. Do you know what? It's just, honestly, the amount of grief that everybody's given him about that TV programme.
But you mentioned nefarious act receives. T. Smith has that sort of stuff saved on his phone, unfortunately.
Unsafe's gone into third.
He's managed to find a way past Lee.
Yeah. Come on, Lee. And Bolt's having a look at Lee as well. Don't mess it up, boys. Don't mess it up. It's good points.
Bolt's trying the outside, but he's too far on the outside.
Yeah, I mean, there's the outside and there's round the outside. I went into Malcolm McLaren there, for you younger people that don't know who that is.
Instead of going on the outside of Lee, he was going on the outside of the corner. But Lee's trying to go on a comeback for unsafe.
It's not quite as wide as City Posh was when he was going past the other side of the signs, but...
not quite.
No. I mean, there's wide, and then there's all Jesus.
Well, City Posh is setting a new benchmark, so you can't really blame him. That's it, you've got to admire him.
Yeah, it's a skill. Final lap, everybody.
Yeah. So it's still within the battle for Lee to try and get this P3 off unsafe, but there is a couple tenths separated too. No opportunity for turn 1, but we need... There's contact! Pagani hasn't come out. That was close between the two. Both on the boost, just a little bit.
Honestly, that would have been a quiet old chat going on there, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. But I've had a very unhappy Lee. And I think his very judgmental cat Tilly wouldn't have been happy with the dark boat after it, something like that.
No.
We all know that cat has an eye that can burn a hole through metal.
It's that powerful.
It's that powerful.
Let's watch him take the line. It's Aaron. Pull over, Aaron. You're only allowed to have one. Oh, all right, then two then.
So a decent night for
Ron.
Aaron, unfortunately. 2 wins out of 3. Rom's in P2 with unsafe in P3. Unfortunately, he's down into 4.
Oh.
Okay. Size at the moment. Across the line.
Is that sorry? Did he get across the line?
Yeah. There you go, across the line. In P6. So Pagani recovered to P8 from his moment. That dropped him down to P11. His moment, to say the least.
Something's happened there because Switchback's dropped down to 10th.
What's happened to Zach? Unfortunate for me. Was he in P9? He was in P9. So I don't quite know what's happened to him there. If that was a mistake or something was just quicker. I don't quite know.
I'm not saying that Megatron's a long way back, but he's still in Austria.
He's in a different postcode. Any day today, Ron.
I expected to go back and see him, but it was still raining.
It's a tough night for Ross. I get mixed up between the two.
Well, one's Ross, one's Rom.
Yeah, it's the thing where it's 2 of the letters are the same in each name. It makes life difficult for me.
It's difficult, isn't it? English isn't your first language, is it?
No, Scouse is my first language.
Scouse. From Scouseland. Well played, Aaron. 2 wins so far.
The Scouse theme tune is the song from the ice cream van. We don't have our national anthem.
Nice.
Ice cream truck comes down the studio, bring out our flags.
Let's have a look at Aaron's outfit that he's got on here at the moment. What's it look like?
It's a fairly dull outfit from Aaron.
Yeah.
The Pagani has a suit.
Yeah, you think Aaron would have dressed up as well?
The bare necessities.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's borrowed the race suit.
Wins aren't a common thing for Aaron, so you'd think he'd dress up for it, but unfortunately not.
Right.
He's just a nice black and white suit, so
yeah.
Not much flair from Aaron, unfortunately.
Little bit of blue in there, and little bit of blue, little bit of red. I can see he's gone with the national colours of FTRL.
Now, I will be honest, I can't quite see it because the brightness has turned right down on my phone.
No, it's not black. It's not. It's not black. It's blue. It's a really dark blue, like a real navy blue, and then.
Ooh, there's a bit of red in there.
Bit of red in there. And then the gloves, he's gone for a grey because he couldn't get. He's had to borrow the gloves because they don't match his suit, and the shoes. I mean, they could be anybody's. The boots.
I will say I was fairly harsh actually first. I was saying his outfit's quite dull, but this is actually a very risky colour pattern for Aaron. It's really brave.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
And it doesn't make his bum look big in it either, so that's a bonus as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Just as a disclaimer, his bum is big.
I'm not answering that
one.
Down
in the WhatsApp chat.
I'm not saying a word.
There's no words needed. No words needed.
Come on then, Peteman, you suggested it, you do it. Pick for base 3.
It's the reason I wear glasses. Yeah.
T. Smith got to be up there. Well, he's got to be up there because he's up there already, really, and he's second on the grid, I think, isn't he? Or did he do better than that?
No, he was P11 when he came across.
Yeah, he's P11 when he came across. Yeah, so he's second on the grid. Oh. Blue flag's just getting some anger out. Get rid of it. Have it.
Yeah, he's taking his anger out on the grass.
1 minute warning. Come on then, boys. Get your predictions in here. There's 8 of you. Come on, let's find out who's going to win. I'm going to say Pagani. I think
he is in P3. Aaron is in P12.
Yeah. I think Pagani's going to snatch this one back, make up for his last race. That's if he can use his brakes.
Well, we've got Mikey in watching the stream with the new one, the newborn.
Oh, what? I thought you meant he got a new
picture
wife.
No.
the other one's done her job. New wife.
That'd be awkward. Was Mikey racing last night?
Mikey, no, Mikey's not doing GT at the moment, so...
oh, is he not?
No, I've got a new teammate. It seems to be that all my teammates...
Yes, you do.
All my teammates leave. You're the only one. You're the only one that stuck with me, and then you retired at the end of the year.
You left me. You left me halfway through the season. So you can't say much.
It's finances. I couldn't afford to race the car anymore, mate.
What, mentally you couldn't afford to, or financially?
Yeah, mentally, definitely mentally.
Yeah, I thought so.
So Pagani's saying here, I did brake, however something caught my eye.
Then there must have been Aaron's car.
Yeah, it was the ones that were in front of you, Pagani. And then and then he decided to accelerate so he didn't hit anybody. And my God, did he accelerate.
If his car's got a 7th gear, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in it.
Yeah, was you changing up as you went across the grass? Look at that.
Unlikely. I think Pagani was trying to go back to the future at turn 1. It didn't quite work, he just went into a gravel trap.
No, he just didn't want to ruin anyone else's race. Don't blame you, mate. As I said, red front row. Let's see how these boys can get on. And here comes a Subaru. Pagani is just being overtaken by... Oh, I don't know which it is. There's two Subarus and they're both outside, inside.
So Ross gets a good getaway. He's in P1 still. Good one from switchback. He's in P4.
Pagani's been overtaken. That's why he's in 8th.
By how many cars?
By most of them, by the looks of it.
Did he start P3? Because I don't think I saw him there. It was a bit of a strange one. There's battles going on everywhere. Oh, Pagani down the inside of Lennon. Come on, Paul.
Bolt's having a look at T. Smith.
Good move from him there, late on the brakes of the hairpin.
Sorry, mate, I had Bolt going around the outside of T. Smith.
You've got a couple of battles going on here, actually.
Yeah, I know.
The one between Pagani and Lennon, but Lennon's having a go with City possibly.
I've only got one TV screen though, mate. Unsafe, just cutting the last bit of lawn. Aaron's coming through up to take... He's now in 9th.
Yeah, just unsafe laying down a little bit of rubber out the final corner. To get nice. I don't think that actually affects you too much on the straight. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think it does.
Not too much.
You can take liberties with it as long as you're not cutting it.
Yeah, there's a limit on how far you can go.
So Ross 8/10 in the lead, he's got T. Smith not too far behind him. T. Smith holding up his own little gaggle of cars. He's got the likes of Lee and Lennon behind him. Oh, Pagani is trying to...
Oh, Pagani and Lennon having a bit of a nudge, and City Posh is in there as well.
Not much City Posh can do now. He's trying to set himself up for that second to final corner. So we'll see if City can get in that slipstream and have a chance. Not quite. Actually, he's got blue flag on his outside. Quite the opposite to what I expected. So that's City maintaining the 7th place. The blue flag is past Aaron. I think he was already past him for that section.
Yep.
So Rom in P10 trying to figure out his own little way to get past Aaron. He tries the outside of 1. Can he make it? It looks like he can.
Aaron trying to get past both the Peugeots. And Pagani's up into 5th.
A good couple of moves off the start for Pagani.
Unsafe trying to squeeze into a gap that isn't a gap. It's a gap now, but he's on the wrong side.
Where is unsafe?
He's just behind Aaron, yeah.
he's got himself a 3/10 penalty as well. So that's going to make life a little harder for him.
Should be able to lose that probably over one lap.
Yeah. It'll probably get rid of itself. He's in that slipstream of Rom. There's not many opportunities for him to make a move unless he wants to ghost and drive through Aaron.
He's gone round. He's gone round the outside of Aaron. Aaron's just back in front again. Yeah.
Let's have a look. T-Smith is leading the way, 1.2 seconds.
And pulling away from a Subaru.
Yes, as well. He's doing a good job, T-Smith. So Ross in
Pagani.
P3.
Pagani's up to 4th.
A good opening couple laps from Pagani. He's managed to pick up a good few positions.
Yeah.
Get some overtakes done. Critically, you want to get these overtakes done at the beginning of the race, because obviously the later on you do it, the less chance you have to chase down that lead.
Yep.
So we'll see how long Ross can hold him back. It's been a bit of a tough night for Paul. Obviously, finishing not where he wanted to in race 1, they're being outdone by his team by a couple of seconds, and then race 2 a bit of a tough one as well, just deciding that brakes are overrated.
Yep.
And race 3 is looking fairly good so far. He's managed to get his way up into P3 past Ross.
2.4 off the lead, so it's not too far away.
He's got 14 laps to close that gap and then make the move, so you can definitely do it. It's within reach. And of course, T-Smith is in a bit of a struggling car. Yeah, English. Sorry about that.
That's all right, mate. I thought I'd leave you with that for a little bit. I didn't know when to come back in. I thought, shall I leave him? Is he in trouble? Does he need the Heimlich manoeuvre on him?
Needs the minute to get my brain to follow my mouth. It's
your second language, mate. It's your second language, mate. Don't worry about it.
T-Smith in a struggling car. It's not the best in terms of pace, so it's going to be a bit of a disadvantage for him. So Pagani will want to use that as much as he can to close down the gap. I got a good sentence there in English.
Well played, you. Brownie points all round.
Hey. Put it on my CV. Those are Scouse and English.
Yeah. Bilingual.
Yes. Pagani 1.3 off the back of Dark Bolt. It was 1.2, now he's closing in. It looks like that Megane has a little bit more straight line speed than the Subaru.
I don't want to scare anybody, but Switchback has just overtaken Unsafe. And Rom.
Switchback's going for City Posh. Come on. No. It's close. It's close. Good battle between the two. Unsafe holding it around the outside. That gave him the inside for the previous corner. Yeah, good battle between the two.
Yeah, Rom's at the back. Something's happened there, isn't there?
Switchback's still on him. Still side by side between the two.
Make it difficult, mate. Oh, Rom gave him a little tap there. Good boy, Rom. Back off a little bit. Well played. We're going to go into this last corner.
Between the two. That's contact between Ross and Blue Flag has sent Ross spinning.
Oh no. And he has gone.
Yes.
Right, so there's only one Lexus.
He hasn't left, he just put that cloak on from Harry Potter.
He did, yeah.
So let's see.
Sorry, is that your mother in the background I can hear?
No.
Oh.
That's Ross gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's gone.
So Aaron is still trying to find a way past Lee. They were actually side by side a moment ago. So Aaron's trying to progress a little bit. If he won the second race, he would have been starting P12. He's done good to get up into P6. Pagani's in P3. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, Pagani hasn't quite caught up to Darkbolt as I thought he would, but Darkbolt's caught up to Tom.
Yeah, but he's had Lennon sniffing round him for a couple of laps, hasn't he? So
he has. I didn't quite notice that.
Yep.
It's a good catch.
So he's been fighting him off for a bit, so he's lost a bit of time in that way. Or not gained as much as he'd probably like. But now he's got a bit of clean air, and he's got over a second gone from behind him for Lennon, so he's clear to go.
Yeah, he's got that room behind him, so he's now having to constantly keep an eye on his mirrors.
Bolt up the inside of T. Smith. He hasn't quite got him yet. No, drops in behind.
Oh, not just yet, not just yet. Doesn't want to go for too much of a risky move, because obviously he's got plenty of laps to go in the race. He doesn't want to go for an overly aggressive move, but he's going for the outside.
And
oh no, what was I telling him?
Yeah.
What was I saying? You don't want to go for something too risky because you got the laps and then he went off the road, and that's allowed Pagani right up the back. I
Don't
think
panic.
There's a reason why
Start
I don't
again.
do commentary much anymore. I jinx everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. This is why I invite you in.
Down to Lee. The worrying thing is I passed it down to Lee because Lee's been doing it an awful lot recently, and I will say I'm fairly proud of him. Just watch my own little abomination do his thing.
And Pagani's back up on him again.
He is. Oh, a bit wide for that, but he doesn't want that when he's got Pagani right at the back of him, because we know when there's an opportunity, Pagani's going to go for it.
Yeah, but Pagani was a little wide as well, but it doesn't seem to have hampered him quite so much.
The way, Pagani is right at the back. 2:10 separating the two. He's down.
Pagani squeezed it.
There's contact.
That was a little bit. Yeah, he backed out. He backed out.
Yeah.
That was a bit of I'll fit down there. No, I won't. I'll try this side instead.
It's one of those things. It seems good in theory, but in practice, not so good.
No. Pagani going around the outside. No, cut back.
He's gone for switchback.
Oh.
Pagani using his race IQ there.
Yeah,
between the two.
That was fair enough. I think Bolt drove off the track on his own, to be honest.
Yeah. Pagani had to capitalise on it, but
yeah, don't be frightened.
Nonetheless.
Don't be frightened of him, Bolt. Get back in there, fella. Here comes Lennon, and he sends it up the inside as well. But Bolt is quick round that corner. Let's see what I mean. He's back in front straight away.
It's that move from Pagani opened him up for a move from Lennon, but he's done a good job to hold Lennon back. So Lennon's still in P4 for now.
Yeah, look who's sneaking in the background. Up to P5. Aaron's up there. Is he going to go for 3 wins?
Hopefully not.
It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a battle.
Like, oh yeah, everyone likes when Aaron does well, and I mean, like, unfortunately Aaron's won. Oh no, he's in P5. He's a league owner as well. I'm walking on thin ice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lennon all off the back. Oh, he's on the back of them.
I mean, if you're going to insult Aaron, you might as well use your mother tongue so he doesn't understand you.
Yeah, might as well.
Mind you, he's moved up that way.
He's probably understand it.
Yeah, I want you to know how much I hate you.
I think we've been around each other that much in parties that he's dialed into the Scouse. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows what I'm saying.
Plus, he's moved to Manchester, so he's picking up the lingo with the funny voices anyway, isn't he? So
he just puts the mumbles together.
Not like us Southerners.
Shut up. That's all I have to say. Shut up.
Yeah, just shut up. Yeah, you got no argument.
Nope. That's all you got to say when you got no argument. Shut up. Pagani 9/10 off Tom. So Pagani was putting the pressure on.
How's Aaron doing? Aaron's 1.5 off 1.4.
And our own little Geordie trying to fight for P1. He's doing fairly well. Do you know what the gap is between himself and P2 for this championship is, Pagani? I put you on the spot, haven't I? Sorry.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, I've shut it down there. I think it was about 20 points, something like that.
So he's looking in a very good spot.
Pretty comfortable,
if he can
yeah.
keep up good form like this. I don't know if he'll have the opportunity to do it with a full race, but he's going to have a fairly comfortable cushion.
Yeah.
And obviously, with the two mistakes, with the performances he's put in, he's been taking double wins. That's allowed him to make that mistake he made in race 2, and it won't affect him too much because he's got that cushion to fall back on.
Yeah.
Of course, he did win the Division 2 for F1 a couple of weeks ago. So that'll be even more encouragement for him to go for the GT title.
And you know what he's like. He's so humble. He won't shut up about it, will he? It'll be all over Twitter and everything. Facebook.
I was going to try a Pagani accent, but it would just be a complete shipwreck if I tried to do Geordie.
Don't do it. No, I'm doing Geordie with a Scouse accent.
They're both bad. Don't want to mesh them into one.
Let's go back a little bit more.
Let's have a little look. Lee Cole's in P7 under threat from Blue Flag in P8. Blue Flag's going to look to the inside for turn 1. Not much unsafe Lee's can do.
Yeah, he's a long way back unsafe. I thought he'd be further up today.
Oh, you say that? He's late to the brakes. Oh my god.
And he's backed off.
Lee giving him a telling off.
Yeah, that was, don't do that, fella.
Lee going for the switch. No, not quite. He's tucking in behind. Not much he can do at the hairpin. Good move from Blue Flag. Unsafe.
See, the thing is, Lee takes a wider line on that hairpin, which lets the person behind sneak inside him. The trouble is, you're prone to getting tapped. I prefer to keep in tight on that hairpin all the time. It doesn't matter if I'm overtaking someone or not. I'm tight on that hairpin.
Just keeps him nice and protected from getting a tap from the back, but sometimes it's inevitable.
Depends.
T. Smith's found out.
Depends who's behind you. Yeah.
Yeah. Pagani's right at the back of T. Smith, only 3.10.78 and a 2.
Let's have a quick look. There we go. Oh.
With that Lexus, T. Smith's done a fantastic job to hold on to the lead for 14 laps.
Yeah.
It's looking like...
It's looking like he's going to use every bit of track and grass there is.
As I say, it's looking like he's going to bottle it. He's got himself a 5/10 penalty. Contact between Dartbolt.
Dartbolt around the outside of Pagani. Is he going to get him?
Not quite.
The amount of taps on the old rear wheel arches, you'd think there'd be some smoking tyres by now, wouldn't you?
Just a little bit. You'd think some people's tyres would be facing sideways on a straight.
Yeah.
Close to the back at T. Smith for Pagani.
T. Smith was losing his penalty there as much as he could, and Pagani was just pushing him along a little bit.
I thought you were reacting, but you were yawning.
I'm honestly knackered, mate. I have not had a good night's sleep for about 6 weeks. I'm absolutely crackered. Pagani's pushing him along.
Why?
Because he's trying to get away from Bolt.
Yes.
He doesn't want that attention from behind.
No.
Because Bolt is all over Pagani.
If he way past T. Smith, he could put that car between himself.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Tackled. Yeah.
They're good mates, though, so is he going to let him have the win?
I don't think that's in Pagani's nature.
I don't know.
That's not Pagani. No, I don't think Pagani will. He's a nice bloke, but he's not that nice. Jesus.
He's not. Is he an absolute arsehole? Is he? I'm only asking. I'm not saying he is. Right, Aaron's just got up into 4th, just taken Lennon. They're side by side. Aaron's on the outside for the last corner. Lennon's squeezing it back in again. Yeah, he's got him back again.
Position.
Aaron's got a good run.
That slipstream. Yeah, he's got a good run up the final corner. Obviously, Lennon was,
and he's up the inside of him. This is what Pagani don't want. He doesn't want his teammate catching up too well.
No, not really.
No, that's why I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised Pagani hasn't gone past already.
Yeah, Pagani is 3 laps, including lap 16, so Pagani's got to get a move on. He had an opportunity to do it earlier and he decided to bump draft him. That could very well be the thing that costs him this race.
Yeah. Because I don't think Aaron's going to sit behind Pagani and go, okay, team orders. Not when there's a championship.
No, that won't happen.
No.
Dalapo still trying to get through Pagani.
Oh. Aaron's going to get a good run on Bolt now.
Oh, he is. It's going to put him right at the back of Pagani as well.
Bolt was using the racing line. I just don't know which one it was and which circuit he was on, but...
Well, Aaron's squeezing it down the inside of the car on the curve.
Yep, it's there.
Yeah, flash of the lights from Dark Bolt there. He wasn't very happy about that.
Not happy about that. Don't argue with him, he'll kick you out, mate. He wouldn't, by the way.
Pagani too far back from moving to turn 1. If he gets turn 1 right, he could have an opportunity for 2. That's right, at the back of T. Smith going that way. Okay.
Why what?
Not quite close enough. But he had the perfect opportunity to go for the inside and he stayed tucked behind.
No, he's left it wide open.
These moves, it's making life so much more difficult for him. He's got Aaron right behind him. That's not when you want when your teammate finishes, when your teammate started last.
Yep, and has been faster than you for both races already.
So Pagani has definitely got to put his foot down a little harder, in layman's terms. But he's going to go for the inside of the penultimate corner. So let's see, can Pagani do it?
Aaron's up the inside as well. Aaron's got to take his pick. Who's the fastest car to sit behind? Final lap. Final lap.
Oh, T. Smith, it's freeway battle for the lead in the final lap.
T. Smith's going back again for the lead. Is he? No,
he's not.
Ooh,
he's defending Aaron, actually.
Is he?
Yeah. So can Aaron get through for P2? Let's see. He's going to tuck him behind here and see if he can get him at a hairpin, I'm guessing. Let's see. No, not quite. There's going to be many overtaking opportunities left for Aaron, only the final corner.
Final corner, that's it. Aaron's just got to get a good run.
The gap between Pagani and T-Smith is still very close. Pagani needs to just hook up those corners, make no mistakes, because T-Smith is still within a shout if Pagani does make a mistake.
Yeah.
Even if it's just going slightly deep, it can cost a tenth or two.
Yeah, and it's a decent run to the finish line. Oh, T-Smith's... Oh, and we got Bolt coming up the inside of Aaron. And here we go.
Trying on Aaron, what Aaron's on him. Pagani wins, race 3. T-Smith in P2. That was a good race at the end. Yep,
Aaron 3rd, Dark Bolt 4th, Lennon 5th, Rob and Blue Flag 6th and 7th, Unsafe 8th, Lee Cole down in 9th. That's a big difference, isn't it? That's a big difference. City Posh and then Switchback coming in 11th, and then Megatron left after his 15 off. Oh, I think that crash helmet wins an award just purely for the first front logo that's on there.
Pagani wearing a suit to the top step of the podium.
Thank you very much, Peteman, for watching. Appreciate it, mate. And thank you very much for joining in the chat, everybody. Oh, let me get this before... I know what Switchback's like. He bloody turns everything off so quickly.
Yeah, save to replay.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. There we go. Got it. Got it. Any moonwalking cars this evening? No?
Not quite, unfortunately. So a good couple of races.
Yes. Yes, it's a tricky track. There's not many overtaking places, but we found last night. I think I overtook one car last night. The only overtakes I got after that were people that had gone off. It seemed an awful lot better in the Group 4 cars. Lots of variety. So you've got your pros and cons for each car, whereas when there's 13, 14 Porsches driving around, all exactly the same, there's nothing much in it really. Yeah, it's down to the driver, and I wasn't the driver last night, so right, I think that's it for tonight, isn't it? That's all done. Thank you very much.
Seems like it is.
Thank you very much, Michael, for joining me tonight. Appreciate that, mate. I hope everybody enjoyed that. Please go up and give it a click and give it a like. If it's your first time here, maybe give it a click and a like. Possibly subscribe and ding the bell so you know when it's going to happen. And lots of racing every day of the week, and every other weekend on a Sunday we have an endurance race. So the next one's going to be not this Sunday coming, Sunday after. So have a good weekend, everybody, and we will catch you later on. Bye bye.